I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner DeeAs. Ideas for your dinner served up here every day. And today, a chef shares the recipe he makes for his family when he's off the clock. A rosemary pork tenderloin with roasted sweet potatoes, garlicky spinach, and barbecue sauce, plus a beautiful beverage to go with it. Joining me to share a recipe he makes at home for his dinner is Chef Fernando Sanchez. He's the corporate executive chef for Noble Crust, but more importantly, a husband and a dad whose family have taste tested this recipe and given it their thumbs up.
One day I wanted to make dinner. I didn't know an idea that I wanted to make, so I opened up the fridge and there was pork tenderloin, beautiful pork tenderloin. I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna make. So, and it's a great dish because not only does it pair well with pork, you can also make it with chicken, with fish, with shrimp, you know, so.
Very nice. So all we're just starting over here was just a little bit of some fresh rosemary.
Fresh rosemary. So you want to kind of cut this, take off the leaves off the stem because you don't want to have the stem because they'll kind of get stuck to your teeth. So next we're going to take our tenderloin. We're going to season it up with a little salt and pepper first. You want to make sure you get the top and bottom side. Really cover that up. And then this is where the magic happens. So a little bit of oil after you season it with salt and pepper.
All right. What type of oil do you have here?
Just a blended oil. I usually at home, I buy a vegetable oil or canola.
Okay.
It's kind of what I use, my go-to.
Okay.
I don't recommend extra virgin olive oil because that's just more for dressings and finishing touches. So especially since we're gonna sear, you know, you don't want that high heat on that oil.
Okay, so then we just did a little bit of some minced garlic here.
Yep, minced garlic, and now the rosemary that we chopped up.
Rosemary.
Fresh rosemary we chopped up in the beginning. So now we have our sauté pan, nice and hot. A little bit of oil in the pan.
Okay.
Gotta love that sizzle sound.
You know, it's just like, I'm ready. It's just
I'm
like,
ready,
it's like, I don't want to jump,
ready.
you know, and it's just like, give me the food. The foods want to jump in. And it's just like, here you go, let's go.
All right, here we go.
And then that's the sound you want.
That's the sound you want.
Oh. For Chef Fernando's recipe that his family loves and that yours will too, grab it over at dinnerdeas.com with all the amounts, the ingredients, and the directions. Just scan the QR code down there, open up your camera app as if you're about to take a photo and point at that square because a link to us will pop up without any typing necessary. That way then you can see more of what's happening over here. This is absolutely beautiful. The colors, that caramelization, that crust.
That's exactly what you want to see.
Okay.
All right, so once you have that nice caramelization on all sides.
And it's very quick then.
It's quick. It's a quick dish. And we're just going to set it in here at oven preheated at 375.
375?
And you're going to cook it for about 35 minutes. It should come out about medium well on that point.
I love it. Very nice. Well, this little piggy goes into the oven. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, some simple sides to make this a meal and a surprising seasoning for sweet potatoes ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, where top chefs share their ideas for your dinner. And today's recipe is a family favorite from Chef Fernando Sanchez from Noble Crust. It's rosemary pork tenderloin. Before the break, we trimmed our pork and then seasoned with salt, pepper, with fresh garlic too.
Yes.
Rosemary, and we had all of that. We gave it a quick sear in a hot pan, then put it into the oven where it remains. And while that's cooking, now we got a little bit of time to make some sides. So what's on the menu here, Chef?
So anytime that I have sweet potatoes, I always like to roast them. I'm not a big sweet potato fan, so when I see sweet potatoes in the pantry, when my wife goes grocery shopping, I know one of the things I like doing is just taking them, peeling them. You want to peel all the outside.
But you don't have a vegetable peeler here, so you're not. So how are you doing this part?
So you just cut the top and the bottom off, and then I stand it up, and you just kind of go along the side.
And just let the knife do the work, and just come through, and just work the curve of what is going to be that sweet potato, just to take off.
Just that little skin part.
Okay. Very easy.
So once you're have all the skin off, you want to kind of dice it a little bit, almost like a quarter size.
Okay.
Yeah, so that way they don't take as long in the oven. So what I usually do is cut them in half, place them flat on the cutting board so you're not wobbling around everywhere. Cut them in half again. Then turn them off to the side, and that's when you dice them.
So just a rough chop here, just to give uniform cuts, but something that's got a little bit of a fork to really kind of get in there.
Get in there, yeah.
All right. For Chef Fernando's recipes for his rosemary pork tenderloin, plus these sweet potatoes here, the spinach we're about to make, and his barbecue sauce, they're all at DinnerDeeAs.com, ready for you to print with all the amounts, the ingredients, and the directions. Just scan the QR code to get there. Look, all right, we're almost there with these sweet potatoes.
All right, so here is my little secret weapon.
Okay.
And I will share this with you.
We love secret weapons, okay?
Here's my little secret weapon.
This is where we all get to be in on it together, So
typically a lot of seasoning is just salt and pepper, right? On potatoes, kind of what you see. So I actually give it a little twist by using everything bagel seasoning.
Whoa, so you're bringing the everything bagel seasoning into this. Okay, so this ain't just for an everything bagel seasoning. It's not just for your avocado toast.
Not at all.
Just for your topping on the eggs.
No.
You're saying that if I really want to, I can cut the corners.
Yes.
Because it's got sesame seed, it's got sea salt, it's got the dehydrated garlic, it's got toasted dehydrated onion, the black sesame seed, and poppy seed.
What else do you need?
It's got all the flavors that right now are going to accentuate these sweet potatoes.
That's right. So you want to coat them a little bit with blended oil.
Okay.
Hit it with your salt and pepper. But then, here comes the magic.
The chef's shortcut here.
So, and you can never have too much.
Okay.
That's the best part about it. You can never not have too much. So then you just kind of want to work them out to where they're nice, evenly coated with that seasoning.
Okay.
If you start seeing a little bit of dryness into where they're not all evenly coated, you can put a little bit more oil.
And also add more of the everything bagel seasoning if you just
need
desire to and want to.
Why not?
Why not?
So once you work that and they're nice and evenly.
And that's just going to go onto a sheet pan.
That's going to go right to a sheet pan and in the same oven that you have the pork. So
and it's at the same temperature?
At the same temperature.
Easy.
So while you're cooking the pork, you throw in your sweet potatoes. And you're going to let these cook at the same temp at 375 for about 20-25 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So they get, you got the pork in, about 10 minutes in. Now we got the potatoes in. It's just timing. So now we've got one side.
So that's one side. Now, the other one is a garlicky spinach.
Okay.
So I'll actually have you help me out with this one a little bit.
Love to.
So we have a pan that's about medium heat, not too overly hot.
Okay.
We have sliced garlic, so we'll add a little bit of sliced garlic, or as much as you want.
Okay.
So there's no wrong with garlic.
I love garlic.
There you go.
I love garlic. I'm going in for just that little bit more right there.
A little bit more.
You went a little bit more with the everything bagel seeds. I got to go a little bit more with the garlic over here. Okay. Now these are all coated.
Yep. So once you want to kind of get a little bit of a color onto the garlic, just so that caramelization. You start seeing that smell.
Oh yeah, totally.
Start smelling it.
They're just kind of dancing right there for us right now. Now is this perfect time for me to start adding in?
Yep.
Okay.
Take your handful of spinach.
Okay.
Add it right in there.
Straight out of the bag. Did it need any rinsing? Nothing.
Right out of the bag.
Just straight out of the bag. Straight in with just a little bit of some garlic, a little bit of oil.
So once you have your spinach, your garlic's still cooking in the bottom, and you add a little bit of salt and pepper.
I love it. Very simple, very clean. While we saute the spinach, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we bring it all together for a delicious dinner, and Chef Fernando is going to fix us some drinks to go with it, which he first made for his mom
on a Christmas party.
Oh, then you know that it's gonna be good. That's ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs, where we're sharing a recipe for a rosemary pork tenderloin from the brain and the kitchen of Chef Fernando Sanchez. He's the corporate executive chef for Noble Crust. And this dinner has been extensively road tested by your family.
Absolutely.
Family first, always, right?
Family first. It's got to be the motto.
So who are these two joining you here, my friend?
So that's my wife, Patricia, and my son, Sebastian.
Oh, wow. How cute. How old is he now?
He will be 2 years old in about 9 days.
Oh, come on now. What a great family right there. Absolutely beautiful. Before the break, we start our sides. We dice sweet potato and dress it with salt, pepper, and a little secret ingredient.
That's right.
Everything bagel seasoning.
Everything bagel seasoning.
We then put it on a sheet tray, joining the pork in the oven, and meanwhile, we just sauteed up some garlic with some spinach, which we've been cooking over the break. So what's next?
So next, we're ready to take out the pork and the potatoes.
Let's go for it.
And we'll let the pork rest a little bit while we make our barbecue sauce.
Sounds like a plan. Let's take a look at this bad boy. The smells are absolutely fantastic.
That smell is the best part when you open that oven.
It just kind of just like...
It shoots out at you. All right, so now that we have this, I want to go ahead and slice the pork so that way it kind of lets the rest and it won't bleed onto the plate.
Okay.
Any juices. So you just want to kind of slice it at an angle, nice thin slices, about 3 to 4 pieces per portion is kind of what we get here.
For Chef Fernando's recipes for everything he's been making today, they can be yours for you to make for your family. They're waiting for you to grab at dinnerdeas.com. Scan the QR code to get there.
All right, so next up, you can actually take any barbecue sauce of your liking, any brand. I typically just go with a plain barbecue that you can get at Publix, Whole Foods, any of your local grocery store. But I don't get a seasoned one or a spicy one because I like to incorporate my own smokiness to it with a little smoked paprika. So take your barbecue, put it in a mixing bowl. Little dry, these are dry dehydrated onions.
Okay.
So a little onions. This is more just for like the texture, kind of get a little bite to it. And then smoked paprika just to get a little bit of that extra smokiness and flavor in there.
So it's half homemade. You kind of getting a head start with having a barbecue sauce of your liking.
Yep.
And then just jazzing it up a little bit.
That's right.
Okay.
Give it a good little mix there. All right. So now we're ready to plate.
All right.
So what we do, start off with a little bit of sauce right on the plate. Spread it out a little bit. Take your potatoes off to the side. Yep. Then your spinach. Now your spinach, you want to kind of incorporate a little bit of that barbecue right on there. So you kind of put it right towards the sauce and kind of mellows that little bit of deep barbecue flavor into the spinach.
Okay.
Kind of get it all together. Take your pork tenderloin right over the top.
Oh, beautiful.
And you top it off with a little bit more barbecue.
Look at that.
There you go.
That looks fantastic. That looks fantastic.
Thank you.
I love it already. But, you know, like, man, we need something to wash it down with.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we're also going to make a white sangria.
Okay, let's have some fun with this.
This white sangria came about at my mom's Christmas party.
Okay.
About 10 years ago. And I made it just out of everything she had in the
Is
cabinet.
that mom there?
That is mom right there. Linda with Sebastian.
Linda with Sebastian. So this is mom and grandson coming together. So this is mom approved.
Mom approved.
All right. Linda, if you say it's approved, I'm going in with it. So where do I get started?
All right, so we're gonna get started with, and I'll let you join in here.
Okay.
We'll get started with putting the strawberries, oranges, and mint right at the bottom.
And you've already chopped up a few already.
Yep.
So we got that. And we're just going to go in with just a few orange slices, you say? Okay.
A few orange slices. And a couple of mint leaves. A few mint leaves there. Slap them. There you go.
You got to slap it,
You got to slap it. Get that essence out.
You got to slap it. All right. So we're going to do this in a couple batches here.
There you go.
You can already smell it. It makes the world of a difference.
It does.
It's just the world of a difference.
A lot of people don't know. They see bartenders slap the mint and they don't have no idea what they're doing.
And it's like you're going to someone that is a specialist. If you see them doing something like that, maybe take the hit, follow along. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we're just gonna open up those beautiful essential oils in that.
Yep.
Now what?
So we want to start out with a little bit of Grand Marnier.
Okay.
So we're gonna do about a cup of Grand Marnier there.
Okay.
The reason I do the liquor in the bottom is because once you're putting everything else into it, it actually starts mixing everything up by itself. So
Okay.
start off with that Grand Marnier there.
Okay.
So we have a white wine,
Okay.
being the white sangria. So
And how much are
here,
we going with this?
about a cup and a half, 2
Okay.
cups. To our liking.
To
You
our
know,
liking.
depending how big your vessel is.
And how big of and long of a straw you have for it.
There you go.
Okay.
Cup also matters. There you go. So then next up, I actually buy these at Whole Foods. This is where I find them. You can probably
Okay.
find different brands. But here I have a tropical Italian soda and then a blood orange soda.
I love blood orange.
Can't go wrong with that.
All right, so let's go straight in with the blood orange.
Yep.
We're going another about a cup and a half.
Cup and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. Get that little fizzle.
And that's gonna just bring all that beautiful carbonation for this one here, because like. That's the joy of having sangria,
yeah.
white sangria. It's like, it's the bubbles. I mean, like, it's just fun, man. It's just an absolute fun way to go. All right, so about another cup and a half over here.
Yes.
With what's just gonna be a tropical blend.
And I mean, Whole Foods has a variety of flavors. These two kind of just, they pair well together with a
I love
sangria.
it. So it sounds like this is one where it's just like, have fun.
Exactly.
You know, what you have and what you want to make into it, what are your flavors and profile for it there, just go right ahead and just do
you
what
go.
you need. All right.
Now I'll let you do the honors and pop that Prosecco.
Come on now. Let's have some fun with this bad boy.
There you go. That's that sound.
Ooh, that's that sound. That's that sound. That's that sound. And we're just gonna just go straight in.
Yep, straight in, just top it off. About cup and a half to 2 cups there. There you go.
Nah, we're going straight in.
All right.
We're going straight to the top on that one. Give it a nice little.
Nice little mix there.
Linda, is this looking good for you? All
She
right.
would approve.
She would approve?
She would approve.
All right, Linda, if you approve, then we are good. And I'm going to continue topping here. There we go.
There we go. Now you got a nice refreshing drink to go along with your pork.
Come on now. And when we come back, taste test time for this beautiful dinner and the drink ahead on Dinner and Drink DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Today we've been cooking with Chef Fernando Sanchez, Corporate Executive Chef for Noble Crust. He's been sharing a dish he makes at home, a rosemary pork tenderloin with roasted sweet potatoes, garlicky spinach, barbecue sauce, plus a drink he created for his mom, Linda, a white sangria, freshly made, ready for the two of us to just get
Ready.
right into. Will you do the honors,
I'll
my
do
friend?
the honors. There we go.
If Linda says this is good, I mean, it's got to be good. I mean, I'm ready for it. You're ready for it. You've already had this one many a times.
It's definitely a favorite at the house every time we have our Christmas parties.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Very nice then.
Cheers.
Cheers. So what you're saying is that I'm invited to the next Christmas party so
Why
I
not?
can be able to like have fun with this with you. Okay. Linda, you heard it here first. I'm part of the family now.
He's coming over.
Cheers. All right.
That's refreshing, isn't it?
It's so refreshing. It's just got this beautiful brightness behind everything, and it's fun, right? I think that, like, you think sangria's always got to be red. It does not
Nope.
need to be red, and you can have as much fun as you want with it, with what you want to put into it,
That's right.
which is also what we did here with your pork.
How's that look?
It looks beautiful. I'm ready to go straight into it there.
Let's dig in.
All right. Where are you going first? You going sweet potato or you going pork? Which one are you going for?
I'm kind of going pork. It's the start of the dish. You
That's
know,
the-
the start of the dish.
I'm
so.
going. I follow your lead. It's simple.
It's simple.
It's clean. I mean, rosemary,
Yep.
garlic, salt, pepper. And what are we trying to let happen here? Let the pork shine.
Exactly.
You did
Yeah.
that.
A little bit of spinach, some sweet potato. Get your veggie portion in for the day.
But you didn't just say, oh, hey, here's just some vegetables. Everything bagel seasoning for your sweet potatoes. Come on now.
Now you see why it's a secret weapon there.
I mean,
Not a secret anymore.
it's not a secret. Now you're all in on the secret together. Because, I mean, you have beautiful flavors that come from it. They're already there for you. So in a quick pinch, you're getting flavor. You're also getting texture to it as well, which is really, really nice. That brings all of this together. Thanks to Chef Fernando Sanchez. Find his recipe and a link to Noble Crust at dinnerdias.com. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching. See you next time with more Dinner Dias.